Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Nobody Asked My Opinion podcast. I'm your host, Siobhan, where as usual, nobody asked my opinion, but I damn sure I'm going to give it anyway. What am I talking about today? Before I get started, guys, don't forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate you when you do. All right, what am I talking about today? I'm talking about Wendy Williams, guys. She's back in the news as of yesterday. I know a lot of people aren't a fan of Wendy Williams. I've always grain of salt, but I've always actually admired, I always admire anybody who built their own empire, so to speak. And Wendy Williams is definitely somebody who did that. She definitely had a hustle. And until she took this medical turn or whatever, she was a powerhouse. You know, they said that woman never missed a day of filming her talk show. She only missed, I think, 2 days when she was on Hot 97, when she was a broadcaster. And it was because she had a miscarriage. That's like craziness. Like, this woman for those of you who probably don't remember, when she was broadcasting, she made them bring the studio equipment into her house so she could keep broadcasting, so she didn't miss a day. The woman was a powerhouse. She was a workhorse. But so she's back in the news yesterday, and her story just breaks my heart. And I feel like it's not even just against the conservatorship that she's under. It's not even that. It's I feel like it's almost now like family. Where is her family? Like, I know it just came out a couple of months ago that her son, which everybody was whispering for a minute, it was her son who actually had been taking large deductions out of her bank account. And it confirmed that it was him and that he didn't exactly have her permission, which is why he's not as someone who can obviously make decisions on her behalf. But her dad is still alive, although he seems like, I think the last I saw a photo of him, he didn't look like he was doing that well. I think he was in a wheelchair. But where's the rest? I feel like where's the rest of her family? Like, are none of these people capable of taking care of her? So she's been living in an assisted living facility. And, if you saw the documentary, everybody was concerned that there was something that was obviously wrong with Wendy Williams. So when they said she had this whole cognitive issue and she had dementia and she had this form of dementia, a lot of people believed it. Come to find out from Wendy Williams herself that she's saying she didn't have that. Like, she's been challenging it. She called into TMZ, this was a few months ago, and, saying to people, there's nothing wrong with me. Like, you saw she was drinking a lot in the documentary. She was drinking to excess, but she's saying that there's nothing wrong with me. So that documentary came out, and a lot of people said, and again, rightly so, it was abusive. Like, if you watch that documentary, the handlers, the people that were around her were obviously no way had her best intentions at heart. So then they kind of disappeared her into another facility, and then she kind of disappeared again. But she basically went on TMZ and was saying she's being kind of sort of held against her will, that there's nothing medically wrong with her, that she feels like she's trapped and XYZ. She can't get out from under this conservatorship they have her under. It seems like, I don't know, this thing is it's like Britney Spears level of lockdown. But so yesterday, from the assisted living facility, which I guess my big question is, I don't even know how she did this. I'll explain. She dropped a note. Wendy Williams is on camera dropping a note that said, "Help Wendy." That prompted people to call the police, and the police to come into this assisted living facility, and where she basically was saying she didn't feel safe. She wanted to be taken out. So they escorted her out. And one thing I'm going to say, if you watch the video of her being escorted out, that was the Wendy that we all knew. This girl had her arm linked up around this cute cop, and she kind of just was like, all of that. She's like, I'm coming out looking the way I'm coming out. She had a little carry bag, but she had her arm around this cop. He was escorting her out like it was the Oscars. I'm like, what, Wendy? Okay. But so she got taken away by ambulance and assisted on a mental capacity test. She apparently aced it. She aced it. So I don't know what's going on at this point. Is there anything truly medically wrong with Wendy Williams, or has this whole thing, was some of what we saw in that documentary related to her drinking, or like, I don't even know. Where's her son? Like, where is her family in all this? But watching this is heartbreaking because now, obviously, with her passing that cognitive test, they're going to pass that on to the judge who's in charge of this guardianship that she's under, because she wants to get out from underneath it. I mean, honestly, at this point, this is beyond, like, I don't know. I don't see any free Wendy Williams people out there like there were the free Britney people. But if this woman has the, I guess, before I forget, my problem with the dropping of the note, guys, was the fact that how was she able to open the window? Most buildings in New York, they're locking these windows for this very reason. She was, I think, on the 5th or 6th floor because they don't want people like jumping out of a window. So especially if she's in an assisted living facility, how were those windows open? That right there is my first thing. If she don't feel safe, I don't blame you, because if she were able to open those windows, that's a little, just me, that's just a little scary. But flash forward, everybody has seemed to have a finger in the financial pie that is the makeup of Wendy Williams. And I agree with her. If they are all doing such a horrible job, she does not feel safe. She's saying she's on lockup. She feels she's being restricted. I think there is something going on with Wendy. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a severe drinking problem or whatever. But at this point, I think she needs to be put in charge. Let's see how she does. Now, that being said, flipping the coin, I remember when everybody was fighting to do the Britney conservatorship and her guardianship with her dad, I was like, I don't know if that one's going to go so well. And I hate to say I was proven right. Now, Britney does not, she's between her dancing reels on Instagram and some of her erratic behavior, she's not where she was, 15 years ago, hitting cars with umbrellas, but she doesn't. Like, everybody did this whole free Britney thing, and now people are just kind of making fun of her online. So we're right back where we started. The internet just never ends. But I don't know. Do you guys think there was something truly medically wrong with Wendy Williams, or do you think that this is related to either like some type of drug or alcohol problem at this point? Because I don't know. Watching her walk out of her own volition, she strutted out with that cop. Now she passed this cognitive test. So, I don't know what's going on. I think the biggest shame is that it just shows you, no matter what age, because Wendy Williams is not that old. I think she's closing in on her 60s. But her I don't know what her family is. I feel like a lot of people in Wendy's life has taken advantage of her. And whether you like her or not, there has to be that sympathy, I believe, to have there, because between her ex-husband, who treated her like trash, again, if you watch the documentary, if you don't, this dude had a whole other life and everything on the side, got another woman pregnant, all being funded by Wendy Williams. All of it was being funded by Wendy Williams. I think part of that is what broke her. I think she came from a very different time where she was embarrassed that she lost her marriage. And then now it looks like her son was doing things he shouldn't be doing. And, I think when it comes out more about her son, she said she forgave him for, I guess, taking money that wasn't his. But I feel like he should be the first one fighting for his mother's freedom. Like, we're not seeing, like, we saw some of it in the documentary, but I agree. At this point, it's free Wendy Williams. I don't know what's going to happen at the after. But there has to be somebody. These guardianships are scary. They scare me. I mean, it scares me how easily your rights and your life can just be taken away from you. And then it's never with someone with good intention, right? It's always someone who is going to empty out your bank accounts. And at the end, they just leave you in a facility. It just breaks my heart. But let me know what you guys think. Do you really think there's something medically wrong with Wendy Williams? Or, like I said, do you think this is a drug or alcohol related? Or do you think this is just another Hollywood like, we don't even, like, just something to watch, another train wreck of another person? But I hate sitting back and watching this in slow motion. It's breaking my heart. But let me know what you guys think. Get down in the comments. Don't forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe. And as usual, nobody asked my opinion, but I damn sure I'm going to give it anyway. I appreciate you guys. Have a good one. Bye-bye.